Welcome back. It's Alex with another midweek market video. And in this channel, we document the growth of a $100,000 account I've made for my newborn son. We're using technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and some news to grow the account. And in this week, we have something special. We're going to start doing some thematic updates for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, the top 5 themes and then the stocks inside of those themes for some potential opportunities. If that's what you're into, stick around. All right, so before we get to the themes, let's touch on some news that happened today. And for those of you who celebrate, happy new high on Bitcoin. Bitcoin just, new all-time high here today at 112,000 per Bitcoin. So crypto seems to be doing pretty good here and moving, really nicely. Besides that, we had some more tweets from Trump, issuing some tariffs and then more threats on some countries. He kind of hinted at a China deal, saying China pays a lot of tariffs. So I'm thinking, maybe there's a good trade deal with China coming soon. But other than that, it's a pretty quiet day, pretty muted so far. And with that, let's go do some market update. All right, so before we get into the market monitor segment, I'm going to do something a little bit different in this video and do a market update before we talk about the internals. So as you can see here, this is the IWV, the Russell 3000, and right here on this green line, I basically, drew a trend of the cycle analysis. So the green cycle that we are still in, this is the average line. So average cycle lasts about 12 to 13 days. And it goes about 3.78%, and that is shown as this line. As you could see, we've pretty much been above it the entire time. So this is a very strong green cycle, and just thought I'd show you that. Couple things to note here: we had this new high. I think it was on the Thursday before 4th of July, and we had a nice little correction here, and then today. We were actually, we thought we were going to go down today, but it rallied end of the day, didn't make a new high. So it's kind of interesting. If we start going down from here, that'd be a nice little lower high in the market. So keeping an eye on that. We're already at max green cycle. So, if we go sideways from here, get into yellow, and we'll go into the market monitor segment later. But in terms of the volume and the spread, nothing really to see here. I mean, it looks bullish. So that's as far as I could say for the IWV. S&P 500 is pretty much the same thing. We did have a little pickup in volume here on the S&P 500 with a smaller spread. So people are starting to sell. And let's look at the QQQ. Same exact thing. This new high on really low volume, and then we tried to push. And as you can see here, it's like, almost 50% more volume than this candle right here. So people seem to be selling into this strength, and we're going to monitor it. So with that, let's get into the market monitor. All right, so for those of you who don't know, the market monitor is a collection of data I've taken over time. It basically tracks the position of stocks, whether they're in uptrends, downtrends, or sideways. And with that, I can peer into the market to see, the health of it, and to see if there's anything inside the market of stocks that is changing before the stock market. So and if you guys are curious about how it works, I posted a link to a video that explains it in the description below. Feel free to go check that out. So let's get into the cycle analysis. All right, so currently we are market monitor green, and we are day 12, and we've gone 4.93% in this cycle so far. And the average cycle is 12.6 days, and it goes about 3.78%. So we are above average in terms of the move, and we've gotten there, pretty much, a little early. And we're a little bit, overheated here. But the distribution count's only at 3. So the next distribution day that we do get, it's going to push us into market monitor yellow, which would have another, average number of days and percentage move associated with that cycle. But with that, let's get into the stage analysis and see what's going on there. All right, so as you can see here, there are 60% of stocks in stage 2 or uptrends. There's 18% of stocks in stage 1 sideways, 8% of stocks in stage 3 sideways, and 14% of stocks in downtrends. And that's what I was kind of saying in earlier videos, that I was just hoping that, you know, when we started to go down, that this stage 1 would start to fill up with more stocks, because whenever stage 1 fills up with stocks, it's actually quite bullish longer term. So we're going to remain bullish on this market because of that indicator. And yeah, I mean, so there's not a lot of stocks in stage 4. This market's pretty healthy. I won't do the internals today because I wanted to do something new in the video and just need some more time for that. But yeah, everything looks pretty bullish here for some sideways or a continuation of the uptrend. All right, so with that, let's get on to the segment that I'm really interested to talk about today. We're not going to do a portfolio update. We're going to start doing portfolio updates on Fridays only. But yeah, let's get into the new segment of the video. All right, so midweek market update. What I'm going to start doing in the midweek update from now on is basically doing a thematic update. So what I'll do is I'm going to find the top 5 sectors or the top 5 kind of themes in the market that are moving a lot, and kind of, you know, just give you guys the stocks that are associated with those themes, and whether the themes are changing over time. Maybe I might make some videos on you know, whether the theme is bearish. So maybe I'll do a bearish theme as well. But at least for today, I'm just going to focus on the ones that are moving the most and are the most bullish. So with that, let's start with the top 5. So the top sector that I'm seeing is crypto, and yeah, there's a couple things inside of this theme, but yeah, let's get started. So the first theme I'd like to show you guys is this Ethereum treasury companies. They're showing a lot of strength, and everyone who kind of announces that they're going to be, you know, starting an Ethereum treasury, they're pumping a lot. Like this BTCS was the newest one. Of course, this theme is pulling back today because they had big moves, but that's just an emerging theme that I'm noticing inside the crypto space: the stable coins and the Ethereum treasury companies. The other thing is the old school miners. You know, they're finally starting to pick up here, like the IRENs of the world, the Wolves. Of course, Robinhood's a crypto thing, but Robinhood's also with, you know, fintech and trading and all that sort of thing. But, you know, Cypher mining, Coinbase, you know, Riot, CleanSpark, Mara, they're all starting to act really well and produce big moves. And they all look pretty good here. You know, if we look at CleanSpark, they're all kind of coming into new uptrends and just about to get started. You know, Coinbase, once this thing kind of crosses here, that's the start of a new, you know, bull phase. And these miners are just falling right behind. You know, IREN, same thing, just about to cross. So new uptrends in that sector. But then the most explosive moves are coming out of these the Ethereum treasury companies. So there's that. Okay, so moving onwards, the next sector that's producing big returns, and the way I'm finding this, you know, or finding these themes is I basically picked a date when the bill was about to be signed into law, as kind of like a schism event or a new event in the market, a new pricing structure of something new to happen. And then I basically found the top gainers from that period, as you could see from this day here. If I move on to, yeah, this solar theme started on this day here, which was, I think, June 16th or something, like June 17th. And so I'm just tracking how, like, what are the biggest moves from that date, and this is how I'm getting the themes, and this is how I'm getting all these names. So I think the next big theme is clean energy. Now, we've already had nuclear move, which is, you know, it's been moving for a long time, but I think the newest theme is more clean energy, solar stocks, these hydrogen stocks. So like BE, Bloom Energy is a hydrogen stock, Plug is a hydrogen stock, and then of course the solar stocks Sunrun, ENPH, SEDG. Well, that's a nuclear stock, and then also the battery stocks. So like ENVX is a nice one. This QS, QuantumScape. This is another battery company. And then, of course, the nuclear ones as well. So, but the clean energy theme is pretty explosive here. And typically, when the Fed starts to lower interest rates, these guys really, really do well. And last time, Trump was president, these guys made huge moves. So that's an interesting developing theme there. Yeah, moving onwards. I mean, we all know this theme, AI. But I just picked a couple small cap names. There's Nvidia in there, and Broadcom, which are the bellwether AI kind of plays. But starting to notice some smaller guys that are moving. This BBAI is moving. Breaking out here pretty nicely. And it's been going kind of sideways for a little while. So AI is big. SoundHound is starting to pick up here. That's a AI vocal kind of call center name. Nvidia, of course. Celeste. Yeah, this thing is just insane. This thing has been an AI play for a long time, and it just continues to do really well. CLS. AAOI. This is another kind of AI themed name. Doing really well coming into this area. I was looking at it earlier, but it's coming into this area. It could break out. If it breaks out, this thing moves a lot. CRDO, this is another kind of data center AI guy. They had some really good earnings here, and I know some guys were buying it on this day, breaking out to new highs, acting really strong. So the AI theme is alive and well. This OUST is another really explosive name. All right, so moving onwards, the robotics and kind of infrastructure / self-driving car, flying car sort of thing is another big theme. And so we have some of these building, data center infrastructure guys, like Top BLD, Top Build, BLDR. They're starting to pick up here. What is this? Yeah, more this IPB is another good one. Moving really fast. And then robotics. So SYM is a robotics company. I think it works with Walmart. Making big moves here with robotics. Umbrella is like a chip provider for drones. So that's another big theme. So I put it all kind of in that same basket. This robotics, it's kind of drones / flying cars / building sort of thing. Just I put it under robotics. So Joby Aviation is really good. There's ACHR. I forgot to put that one in here. Rocket Lab, the space kind of a thing, is doing really nicely. AVAV, this one's kind of interesting because it's a drone stock, and it had really good earnings, and then they kind of sold a lot of shares. So this one actually kind of looks done because there's so much volume coming into this thing at the high. It looks pretty done here. And then this Avis Budget Group. I mean, I don't know if this is robotics, but I think this is more of cars and just industrials in general. And this thing, I mean, I remember this day back a couple of years ago when it just exploded. So this name is something to watch. I mean, this thing has the potential to just have a crazy day. This Avis Budget Group. Interesting. And then HSAI. I think this is a drone stock as well, making nice moves. It's a little choppy, but that theme is alive and well. And then finally, the last theme I wanted to show you guys is kind of the lending theme. I think with interest rates that are about to come down, like if we look at the TLT, I made a video earlier today, like that. I'm really thinking that these interest rates are going to start coming down. So the lending theme is pretty interesting. Like Dave is like one of the best stocks in the market. It's up like 20,000% or something like that. And these guys just have like the side gig app with lending. So big moves happening in this space. This Sezzle, they break up payments into fours. So, if you want to buy a Costco hot dog, you can not pay $1.50. You can pay like 37 cents 4 times. And these guys are doing really well. Look at this. This thing is up. What is that? 400% in a straight line. SoFi, this is a bank-ish kind of a thing. So but still it's lending, you know, that sort of a thing. And Affirm is always a good name, and Upstart's always a good name. These are all lenders. And then Lemonade, yeah, I forgot to put that one in here, but like Lemonade is another decent name in there. That's I think they do insurance. But yeah, so that's kind of all I wanted to lay out for you guys. You know, just that the themes that are alive and well, the stocks associated with those, and then I'm gonna start doing updates, you know, weekly on Wednesday, just to update you guys on the theme and how it's doing, and then whether new things are coming in or old things are going out. So with that, hey guys, if you guys like the video, please feel free to put a like in there and put a comment if you guys are interested in me checking out the stock that you're in, and subscribe. So thanks again, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.